Come on in. Hello, lovelies. Come on in. Pinkies up, Miss Yvonne. Good to see you. Who else is here? Good to see everyone. Hello, Marguerite. Hi, Elaine. You've been traveling again. My goodness, I cannot keep up with you, Miss Yvonne. You're just everywhere. There's my girl, Beverly. Good to see you. Hello, ladies. Bringing it on in. There's Emily. So glad to see you, Emily. Hi, Elaine. All the way from Ohio. That's where our supplements are made, by the way, right there in Ohio. Hi, Carla. It's cloudy. It's rainy here, honey. Oh boy, is it rainy. And I don't know when we're going to see the sun again. A beach trip is nice. Martha's here. Gwen is here. Jane's here. Look at all my lovelies coming in. It's so good to see you. And there's our girl, Jenny. Hi, Tracy. So good to see everyone. Come on in. We got some stuff to talk about. Today is Soulful Saturday. Sandy's in the house and so is Sheila. And Emily's all about her hot milk mix. So am I, honey. Mine's kind of just fell to the bottom. It didn't stay as mixed like it usually does, but that's okay. It's good stuff. Joanne's here, so's Dawn. Good to see you, ladies. Lovelies. There's Susan from Virginia. Yes, indeed. There's Denise, and I spy Deborah. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you, too. Sarah's here. Yep, here they all come. I'm watching you march on in. And there's Maureen, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Hello, Helen. Good to see you. Come on in, ladies. The water's fine. Good to see you, Deborah. There's Sarah from Kansas. We got a few Sarahs in the house. There's my girl Emily. Yay! So yes, we are breaking our fast with. This is what I break mine with too. And I had a hard time with it today. I was just like, I'm so hungry, but I just said, you know what? Just want to just push it back a little bit, and I'll be fine. And you know, we always are, aren't we? Come on. Who else is here? I just saw Terry come on in. Hey, Terry. Rebecca's here. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for stopping on by. We are busy here at Saving Dinner headquarters. We're also busy. We got a lot of stuff, really cool stuff coming up for you. We've been working hard. Jenny and I have had our heads together working on the skincare. That skincare is going to be ready next month, you guys. I just cannot wait for you to get your hands on this stuff. It's just amazing. So Sarah says we're the boss of our brains. Hunger is not in control. Look at you, sister. You preach it, honey. Exactly. You know, we have to understand about hunger just a minute. Just a little quick aside about hunger. It comes for a minute and then it leaves. You know, it comes and then it leaves. It doesn't haunt us. And I will tell you that when we're drinking our water and we got the fiber going, we're good. We're good. And yes, of course, there's going to be a time where we're going to want to eat, but you know how it is. Hi, Maggie. Good to see you. I'm glad to see you back. Anyway, let's get on with the show, as they say. Today is Soulful Saturday. We change our quote of the week this week. And this week for Soulful Saturday, I am using this quote to do a lesson because I think there's just so much to unpack with this quote. It's a really good quote. It's from Anatole France, who actually was a Nobel laureate in literature in the 1800s. He lived 1840s. He was born somewhere and died in the 1920s. He had a nice long life. And, you know, he was just an accomplished thinker, and he was classically educated and just a brilliant man. His real name was Jacques Anatole Thibault. So anyway, he went by Anatole France, wrote a few books, and has some brilliant quotes. This one just caught me. You know how it is. I love quotes because quotes to me are just about reinforcing all the things that you want to see in your life, right? Hi, Vanessa. I just saw you begin. Look at this. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but dream. Not only plan, but believe. And I don't know if you could even say that this is in the right order. Is it? I don't know. Because I think sometimes it starts with a dream. But all the way through, there are little things with these 4 things that I have written all down. Plan, act, dream, and believe. We're going to talk about all of these and unpack them just a little bit, because if we can add just a little bit more fuel to that fire, that's how we get to the place we want to go. What do you think? Good stuff? Also, I've just tried a new product in the last couple of days, and I'm going to be sharing them coming up with you. They sent them to me. Some good friends of mine, Katie and Seth Spears, who I've known forever and ever. Amen. And they are Wellness Mama. I'm sure you've heard of her. Anyway, so they've got some new wellness products that I just used their dry shampoo today. Fantastic. Their toothpaste, fantastic. I'm really surprised. I shouldn't be surprised because everything they do is quality, but I'm really surprised at how much I like them. So I'm going to be sharing those with you. So watch your emails. If you're not getting our emails, come on. Go to savingdinner.com and just, there'll be an annoying little pop-up telling you to get on our list. And they'll give us deals. Believe me, they'll give us deals because I will text them and ask them, hammer them, actually. That's what I do. When I find something I like, I share it. You know that. This week is our Get Lean, CLA. It is flying out the door, by the way. I always have a supplement of the week because when we have screaming deals, you guys, we pass it on to you. And especially if you buy our supplement of the week, you buy 3, we put the 4th one in your cart for you free, and we pay for the shipping. You just have to put ships free in the promo window. Of course, you have to live in this country. I can't control what they do internationally. So this is one of my favorites. The 6-month study showed that just taking this supplement, reduces the fat on your belly and on your thighs. And that had me at yes, please. I mean, right? I don't know about you, but I'll take that 100%. So again, here is our quote of the week. I'm going to put it out there again for you. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but dream. Not only plan, but believe. Put that on there. Write that one down. It's a good one. It's fabulous. If you order over $200 worth of goodies in our shop, which is easy to do, and we have lots of bulk pricing too, by the way, not just this one, but others. If you order bulk, we'll send you a mindful mug. Isn't that so cute? This mindful mug helps you to be mindful about eating in the Target Trifecta way. That's our plan, and it works. I've put thousands of women through this plan. It works. Target Trifecta means you've got your protein down, you've got your fat, you've got your green fiber, and all those work together to satiate and make you feel good. You also eat mindfully, present with your plate. What do you think? Brilliant or what? You know, when we're present with what we're doing, we're more mindful about what we're doing. We're not just shoveling it in. When we shovel it in, you're a Hoover vacuum cleaner. And I know what that's all about. I'm a fast eater. I have to mindfully remind myself to slow it down, chew a little, slower. And it's not a race, right? It is not a race. We got 2 really good virtual conferences coming up. They're all-day events. And if you were in here in person, it'd be a few $100 if you were to do this, but we have it just for $47. It's inexpensive. And you get the same virtual all-day experience. There's going to be interaction, there's going to be connection, there's going to be everything. It's going to be wonderful. First one up is coming up. It's the 26th of this month, and it's called Full Bloom: Living Your Life in Living Color. And it's all about being the best that you can be. It's about your mindset, which is a big piece of this puzzle. And it's about living your life to the fullest. It's about having your legacy now, not when you're gone, you know? And for women, I would say it's for women of a certain age, but it's also for women who are just ready for the next level of life, the next level of living our lives. And it's going to be really great. I'm working on the whole program. I think it's going to be wonderful. Marla's joining me, so it's going to be great. And we're going to talk a little bit too about connecting and making friendships, because our 20-year friendship has stood the test of time. We have not, it hasn't been perfect. Oh, shocker. But you know what? It has been excellent, and it has been life-affirming for me and for her too, I believe. I want you there. So think about this. It's $47 for the day. You get this whole virtual conference for as long as you want to keep it, because once it's done, you get it. So go to savingdinner.com/bloom and check that out. Also in October, together we're riding again, October 10th, and that is going to be our holiday workshop. This is going to be from soup to nuts, how to get the entire holiday season down pat. Now, it's not just Christian holidays, and it's not just this, that, or the other kind. It's not just about Christmas or whatever and Thanksgiving. It's about all of them. It's about how they come sneaking up and how they get planned out. Plus, the swag bag is to die for. Always. Check that out at savingdinner.com/cruise, because we're going to be cruising through the holiday. Cruise just like a cruise ship. So don't forget to go check those out. We're excited about all of those. And on Monday, we're doing a collagen webinar, because I've found a lot of people just don't understand how critical, how crucial this protein is. We don't get enough of it. 97% of Americans don't eat enough of it. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm going to explain all of it, the science behind it, and why you need it, okay? So go to savingdinner.com/collagen, that's it, and sign up for it. It's on Monday night, 7 p.m. And just remember, any webinar, any virtual conference, anything that we do like this, once you sign up, you own it. You get to see it again and again. So you can go through it, make notes, find get a timestamp, and then go from there. Because I don't want you to ever feel like, you didn't get what you needed out of it. You can go back and look at it again. You can go back and do the notes. It makes all the sense in the world. That's what I say. That's what I say. So get on that. Today we're talking about acting, dreaming, planning, believing, and being as if, just like our little quote of the day is, because the quote of the day to me is the starting place. It is the starting place. Emily, yes, you can add L-glutamine to your hot melt mix. You can do anything you want, pretty much. But yes, you can do that. This quote of the day starts with, to accomplish great things. What do you want to accomplish? A lot of times what we want to accomplish when we think about our great things, we want to accomplish getting over something. We want to accomplish not being, pulled around by our noses, with food addictions and sugar and carbs and all of that. We want to get that done, right? We want that behind us, because it takes up a lot of headspace. We want to get, this, we call it the carousel of crazy. The carousel of crazy. It's doing the same thing over and over again. This is the diet culture that's out there. It's like, lose weight, do it this way, lose a bunch of weight, gain it all back, and then some. Then go out and find another way to do it, another guru, another book, another something. Shampoo, rinse, repeat. It's getting on and off the carousel of crazy. And to me, it takes up a lot of headspace. It takes up a lot of thinking, and it puts you in this place where you're obsessing with your food, your body, your clothing, the way you look. You're obsessing with all of it. And then to add insult to injury, maybe your house isn't where you want it, so you're obsessing about that. And this is the entire sum of your thought life. I don't think that's what you want. That doesn't get us vibrancy. It doesn't. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us get to the place of where we want. Does it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it gets us stuck is what it does. It gets us stuck doing the same thing over and over again. It gets us stuck on the carousel of crazy, and it doesn't open the door for room for all those things that you want in your life, the dreams that you have. So let's start a little bit, I would say, with some of these things, because these things, this is how we fill our soul. This is how we fill our little cups, and this is how we fill our glasses and feel better and do better with the lives that we have. But we've got to get conscious. You know, I've shared this before, but Bruce Lipton, he's a doctor, MD, wrote a book called The Biology of Belief. And in that book, this was one of the big takeaways for me, because I did not realize this. He said that 95% of the population walks around living in their subconscious world. In other words, they're on automatic pilot. They're not thinking as they're eating. They're not thinking as they're driving. They're not thinking as they're doing in their lives. Everything's on autopilot. You know, it's being hypnotized. It's being hypnotized by screens and TV and mesmerizing things where, you know, our thought life is taken up with a bunch of stuff that we just really don't want to be thinking about. Can you imagine if we change the way that we think? We can change the way that we act. We can change how we plan things. We can change the things we dream about. And we can actually have the life we want. This is how vibrancy occurs. But we've got to get out of automatic pilot. Now, that's not to say automatic pilot isn't good. It's good for some things. I happen to enjoy being on automatic pilot when I'm cleaning up the kitchen or when I'm cleaning a toilet or something. Those things need automatic pilot. But I don't like being on automatic pilot when I get in my car, drive somewhere and think, oh my gosh, how did I get here? Because that's dangerous. You know, that's dangerous. That's me not being present. And I want us to be present in our lives. When we're present in our lives, we are actually doing things on purpose. On purpose. I love what Emily just said. Yes, my thought life takes me down the rabbit hole. Whole heart. Yeah. Our thought lives can do that. Or we can decide to be part of the 5% that Bruce Lipton talks about and be present in our lives. And being present means that we get the ability, we get the opportunity and the privilege to actually build the life we want to lead. I say that's pretty cool. And not just, you know, lose the weight, not just get the size jeans we want to get, not just these things, but the whole darn thing. From soup to nuts, A to Z, all the things, the relationships that we want, the homes that we want, the food in our refrigerator, the everything, even the careers. You know, I have a program called NutriCoach. You can find it at NutriCoachSchool.com. And this is a program that I have put together for women who want something different. And you wouldn't believe how it shifts when you're no longer going to work and dreading what you're doing, but you're instead doing something that you want for yourself. You're instead managing your life the way you want to manage it. It's amazing what happens. And I've had the opportunity to coach a lot of these women and to help them to see, yes, you can have your own business. Yes, you can do these things. Yes, you can take this moment to change everything. You make a different decision. That's what happens. And it's amazing how your heart changes. It's amazing how your perspective changes. It's amazing the things that you think about also change. But let's do it. Let's start right now. We got to start right now with a belief. Because when you believe that anything is possible, when you believe that you can have the things that you want, then things start to shift a little bit. And I bring this up because, and then somebody's always going to inevitably, well, I could not be an NBA player, or I could not be the, well, come on, let's get real with the situation. Sure, dream big, expand big, think big thoughts, but also think in the whole thing of, yeah, so what? You know, you're not going to be a prima ballerina at the age of 62, so who cares? You can still do ballet. And you can do it the very best that you can possibly do it. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you make a plan, you dream about it first, and you think about it, you make a plan for it, you act as if you already own it, and then you start, building the plan around it, doing the things. But you got to start with a belief. I remember when I was, I've shared this story before, but I was in college and I was in a ballet class, and this ballet class, I put everything I had into this ballet class. I wanted more than anything to be the top, just be on the top of this class. I never told anybody about this, but I worked hard at it. My ballet teacher came up to me and he said, which took me down a different road, that I was the best in the class and I could be even better if I lost some weight. Now understand, I'm 5'8", and at the time I weighed 125 pounds. That is not heavy, but it's not anorexic either. So that was interesting. And it just took me down a different path, but I acted as if I was already the best in the class, and that teacher came in and confirmed it. I acted as if, and there were women in there who had better skills. They had a better turnout than I did. They did all the ballet things better than I did, but I acted as if, and that taught me a lot. It also took me down a really sad path with food addiction and dieting and all of the rest of it, but that's an aside, right? Act as if. When we act as if, we have a mindset of, this is what this would look like if I were this. This is what it would look like if I were thin. Now, that doesn't mean that, you go and buy a string bikini or some kind of thing like that and horrify everybody on the beach. That's not the point. But you know what the point is? The point is acting as if. It's having confidence in your body. It's having confidence in your decisions. It's acting as if. It's writing these things out. It's getting into the planning of things. It's making a grocery list. It's going beyond even the grocery list and looking and understanding a little bit about nutrition. It's getting an education. It's going beyond what you would normally go beyond, because this is so important to you. Do you want a vibrant life? I mean, isn't that what we're all here for? We want that vibrancy in our lives. If we want vibrancy in our lives, it shows up by the things that we do, because of the things that we think about, because of the things that we dream about. I had a vision for my life a long, long time ago that I would be a New York Times bestselling author. It happened. I always thought it would happen. I always believed it would happen. I believed it would happen when my 8th grade teacher told me, you didn't write this. He thought that I plagiarized something because it was excellent writing. And I was so proud of myself, even though I had a hard time convincing him that I did indeed write that. But you know what it does? You can dismiss the negative and bring out the positive. I had 2 negative situations, but 2 negative situations that reaffirmed something that I believed about myself, because I acted as if and I expected it. Your expectations will oftentimes bring in the very thing that you want, as long as you're not putting out expectations that are beyond what you can possibly do. It's one thing to stretch, but it's another thing to do something just impossible. Come on, I mean, how many women here really want to be NBA players, right? Or WNBA players? They don't. But, I'm not saying tempt, destiny. I'm saying stretch. I'm saying go for what it is that you really want out of this life. Go for the vibrant thing. Start with something and then go beyond that and keep stretching beyond that. Because if you can think about it, if you can dream about it, if you can say, this is what I want, you can start getting the very things that you want. Because those things show up, because you're looking for them. You're attracting and looking for the evidence to build your case. Have you seen that happen for you before? I know all of you have. Yes, I remember the time that this certain thing happened. Act, dream, plan, and believe that what you want, that's your soul's desire, that the thing that's sitting there undeveloped is something that needs to be brought out. What can you do with that? Well, you can start writing about it in your journal. You can start writing about it in your journal in detail. This is what it would look like. This is how I would feel. These are the people that I would be talking to. These are the places that I would go. This is how this whole thing would break down. And then start planning for that very thing. You know, nothing in our lives that we want with all of our hearts ever, ever, ever will come about without a little effort, without a little work. There's always work attached to it. You can't just plan it and put it out there. You got to actually do something with it, right? There's your action steps. Action, action, action. Act as if, but also harness that power of thought. Harness your intentions, because that's what acting as if does. It takes that, if you act as if you hold yourself tall and strong and you do the things that you want to do along the lines as if I were 50 pounds less, this is what I would be doing, right? This is what I would be doing. This is what my plate would look like. This is how I would feel. This is how I'd be hydrating. This is how I would be sleeping. This is how I would be feeling. So good about myself. And this is the gratitude and appreciation I have. This is how my heart feels. This is the feelings that I have. Can you see that? Can you see how just going around and just taking from this great big buffet table of what your thoughts could be to support the life you do want could look like? It's incredible. And we have that opportunity every single day. Every single day. By dismissing those negative thoughts that don't do anything for us and just only take us down that negative downward spiral. You know what they look like. You know what they sound like. And when you see that, you can flip it at any time. When you decide to dream about whatever it is that you want, even if it's a short-term goal versus a great big goal or whatever it is, you choose what you're going to dream about. You choose it. Don't accept somebody else's dream for your life. Don't do that. You've got a voice. Stand up for what you want. Have you noticed that when you do that, how much better it is, how much tastier it is, how much juicier life becomes? Vibrancy is getting the life you want. It's optimizing everything that you've ever thought, that vibrancy. And you get that by thinking about it all the time. You think about it, you journal about it, you speak about it, and you let everyone know around you, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to write a New York Times best-selling book. I'm going to be the best student in that class. I'm going to do everything that I can in my power. Now, let me say this. My two examples that I just gave you, both of them came with a negative. Interesting, right? But you know what I chose to do? I chose to shine my light on the positive. Because somebody's always going to have a negative word for you. Let me just tell you, just because you think this way, just because you start dreaming this way, it doesn't mean that everything's going to go hunky-dory and all the negativity is going to get out of your way. Somebody's going to say something to you that's going to bring you down. Somebody, oh, it's another diet. You're on another diet. Here you go again. Something is going to come along your way. You can dismiss it. You can flip it. You can say, yeah, I kind of thought you'd say that. Just watch me. Watch me. That's where you need to go. We can do anything that we want to do when we make a decision to do that. And we can shift the way we think. We can shift the way we dream. We can shift the way we plan. We can shift the way we act. All based on this new thought that we can have what we want out of this life. And I know for you, we all have the same purpose, to help others. We do. I believe this is a God-given gift that we can help each other. And that's why I say to you that a rising tide lifts all boats. So as a collective, as a community, if you start shifting the way that you think about yourself in your family, in your community, and in your world, that's going to have a ripple effect. It's going to affect everyone. And I'm going to dare you to do something. And that is to hold on to this. Even when it's hard, even when you failed, even when it isn't perfect, you can be excellent at any time. You can be excellent when you make your mind up to do it. When you trip and you fall down and it wasn't good, whatever, you can still stand back up and you can say, I'm going forward right now. I'm serious. Even if you're sitting here watching me eating cookies, take those cookies out of your mouth. Let's be the women we want to be. Simply by dreaming, simply by planning, simply by acting as if right now you had what you wanted, and believing that we could be the women that we have decided to be. That vibrancy is yours. It's for the asking. You just need to make a decision for it. And remember, when you make a decision for it, that's the choice that you have made. That decision stands. Announce it. Become it. Journal about it. Tell your body clutter buddy about it. And make that the vibrancy. Make that your statement of yourself. Make that your goal, your dream, and your drive. I believe with all my heart that when we start doing these, that collective all rises together. You bring everyone up with you. Your standards go up. The way you look at yourself goes up. The way you see the world all goes up. And I'll tell you something else. I have never, ever, ever met a woman who was goal-oriented, who had a vision for her life, who was depressed, interestingly. So when we get depressed, we go down a dark place, and in a dark place, we know what those dark places look like, right? Why? Because what we focus on expands. So if you're focusing on the wrong stuff, pull the plug and say, that's enough of that. I'm going to focus on the things that I truly want. And even if it's a great big vision that just looks completely impossible, bring it down a minute, say that's in the background right here. That's on my horizon. But right now, today, this week, this is what I can do to start working my way over there. Start thinking about that. And if you haven't yet started journaling, you should be using our Take Back Your Life journal. It is psychologically built for you to understand and be present in your day. You can check it out at savingdinner.com/journal. It's $15 for a PDF. You get as many sheets as you want, and you can start building your life. There's workshops that come with it. Why not? Why not today? You know that song, right? Why not today? Start looking at what you can do today to start building that vibrancy into your life to get the life that you actually want to lead. You don't have to live your life by default anymore. When you act on purpose, you get what you want on purpose. I think that's such a cool way to live, don't you? Anyway, let's go accomplish some great things today. What do you say? Yeah? You ready? I sure am. Peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you feel the push, the little tug inside of your heart, share this. Share this with your community. Say a little something about it. And let's bring some more lovelies into our community. You know, there's women out there who are so hungry for these kind of messages. Why don't you feed them up? Share this message. I appreciate you guys so much. Love you. Peace.